You got to assume these people know nothing. They have no idea when to log in. They have no idea where to go. They think they go to our website at CoachBerg.com and all this stuff is there. It's not. See what I'm saying? You got to say you go to CoachBerg.com/calendar. Okay? Log in right now and enroll to watch it online. You got to eliminate the confusion, boys. Right? Eliminate the confusion. Listen, confusion, for those people out there watching this, is a problem that appears to have no solution to it. I did a course on this. And here's what it taught me. A lot of confusion is just randomness in motion. There's just all this action going on all day long, and people get confused about where to go and what to do. And once they get confused and it's complicated, they just quit, man. People do not have the emotional toughness to go looking for things. They just go, well, it's too hard, so I'm not going to do it. They just quit. It's too hard, right? It's so much easier to take the path of least resistance in anything than it is to just buckle down and do the work. Too many people are caught up in the promotion cycle. They just want to promote on Facebook and Instagram and go to chamber events. Listen, you got to pick up the phone and call people and do the work. That's what we need to do today. That's what people need to be doing.
I am a lion, walking with lambs. You can't be a gun.
All right, so Eric comes to class tonight. I'm going to teach how to generate 125 referrals in 90 days. Most of these people do not have a CRM. They don't even have Google Sheets. They keep notes on Post-it notes. I want to give them a form that says, this is my top 25. I want them to write it out. Then, as they call on their top 25, I want them to be able to write out their referrals. Like you're typing hours in on a lead sheet. I want to give them a sheet that has a place for their top 25 people and for 5 names. So imagine I had my top 25 listed, and I'm calling on each one of them. I'm going to give them a script tonight on what to say, right? And they're going to extract referrals. Like Victor Maya just gave us 5 referrals. Imagine Eric writing those names down. Name, phone number. Now, we are keeping those on a lead tracker, right? But for their purposes, let's just baby step them. Some of them don't have a lead tracker. They don't have a Google Sheet. They don't have nothing. The number one problem that most people have is they don't have a hard skill to go out and generate leads. They just wander around all day long in low-value activity, confused. So I created about 10 years ago a lead generation system called Legacy Selling. This is a system I use to call on people, to work a system. That's what we're teaching people. Now, at lunch today, I'm going to be teaching how to overcome objection. In my opinion, 2 frames are colliding. The one with certainty is always going to win. The one with certainty is always going to win. So you either have conviction or you don't. When you meet resistance and opposition in the world, you either have enough conviction to fight through it and convince another person to come with you, or you don't. Most people don't have that conviction. So you hear me talk about this cycle. Revelation, conviction, action. That's a Tim Story concept, one of the best concepts I've ever heard. I'm going to challenge these people today, man. If you haven't had revelation, you don't have the conviction, you can't overcome. You can't overcome the objection. Objection is opposition of thought. It's a feeling. You got to convince people. You need this. You need to do this. This is going to be good for you. You can't afford not to do it. Right? That's what you got to convince people. So the lead generation system is about generating a bunch of leads so you can pick and choose who you work from. It's a damn jungle out there. God, it's a jungle trying to generate leads. That's the problem. You know, is there's too many people trying to compete for the same space. So you got to be relentless. Things you don't use, you don't think about, you don't talk about. Things you use and engage with that change you and improve your life, you talk about and you tell other people about. So that's why I'm so big on creating something in the future, pushing people to something, and then following up with them. All you're trying to do is reignite their passion, reignite their energy. So this 125 referrals in 90 days is just by putting it out to the universe. People have been sending me referrals, like Victor Maya sent 4, 5, or 6. Chris Robinette, just by putting it out. Monica, Zach Miller, just by putting it out to the universe. They've been coming in. Now it's our job to work them and convince them to take action. That's what our job is. Convince them that they need a coach. Our people are doing their job, I got Tommy Davidson calling, his team calling. We're working. People are working this system, so this is going to be a game changer, man. I'm telling you. Engage and get people engaged. Some people, I'm like, I ain't helping them. They're a bozo. Some people like you, I want to help though. So let's get you signed up. Let's get you next week class in Cool Springs. Let's get you and your wife on board, and let's get moving. My wife's releasing a new book called Living with the Monster. We'll get you a copy, okay, for your wife to read for living with you if you get in the program. Fair enough? All right, buddy, come on. Take action.
All right, Carlos, next week in Cool
Can't
Springs.
help you till you commit.
15.
Hey, tired of messing around with people, man. I can't help you till you commit. I know you're scared. If you're scared of spending $499, we can't ever talk about $499,000. You know what I'm saying? We got to help you see past this. Everybody's afraid. I'm scared. Investment, this and that. You can't be scared, man. Investing in something that's going to be an asset to you. We're going to be coaching some real estate agents here. I didn't set out to coach the real estate market, but here's why I think it works for us. For the top agents, people that are serious, hungry. We ain't talking about people that are not willing to invest in themselves. We're talking about the serious players who want to get better because they're in a saturated and commoditized industry. That means there's too many people competing for the same space. If you don't do the work, have a promotion cycle, have a sales cycle, have a selling system, know how to follow up appropriately, know how to get referrals, you're going to be left behind. You're going to be doing 7 to 14 deals a year, making 30 or 40,000 bucks, man. We got to help you get to a much higher frequency. And so we're going to be coaching today on how to overcome objection. And people need this, man. People need a transfer of conviction. I sell with a certainty about me because I have conviction in my product and service. So when people give me objection, I don't even hear it. I don't hear it because they don't know what they don't know. When we know better, we do better. My job is to show them a better way of doing something so they can take action on something, so they can improve and enhance their life. All we need is the evidence of the successful people we have in the program. And we got that. So once you have evidence, or what I call demonstrated capacity, you're off to the races. Okay? All right, let's go. At least we're trying to do something. We're trying to do something, Jack. Listen, it ain't going to be because of lack of effort if we don't do something. So we're rolling that program for kids. My wife's writing books on Living with the Monster programming there. We're going to give a person any door, as many doors as they need to walk in and get better. All they got to do is be committed to getting better. If they do that, there's no way we can't help a person if they will just commit to their own potential. Fair enough? Come on, let's go in here and coach some folks.
Be a goddess. You're only a man.
Hey, here's what I'm doing today. Same thing I do every day, which is try to get people to a higher level of performance. Now, why does a person need a coach in their life? We all have missing structures, but we don't know what those missing structures are. For example, today I'm going to be breaking down 5 steps I personally use to overcome objection. But I'm really going to try to convince them that the way to overcome objection is have so much conviction about you and get so much results with so many people that it eliminates that objection. There's enough social proof there, there's enough conviction there that when those frames collide, boom, one person is winning. That's what I'm going to be teaching these folks. If we master what we talk about today, I'm going to get you a minimum of 5 more deals this year. So I want you to calculate what 5 more deals would mean to you in commissions. Right now in your brain, I want you to calculate how much more money you would make if we master what we're going to talk about today. Some agents tell me it's worth $25,000 more to me. I've had an agent in Las Vegas who wants to say it's worth $50,000 more to me. Depending on the size of the house you're selling or what you're selling, if you master this, what we're going to be talking about today, I'm telling you, okay? Because we're going to be breaking down how to overcome objections. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's up with you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. What's up with you?
See you guys.
Doing all right?
Doing all right.
Making any progress?
Yeah. Yeah, keeping it going.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good. Every day, we got to get a little bit better every day.
Right, yeah.
Every day in every way. A little bit better, Dre. That's a little rhyme. Every day, every way. Get a little bit better, Dre by Dre. You know, what I liked about that session was, just making a decision not to go that long. Go 30 or 40 minutes. Let them do some work. Challenge them a little bit to just be tougher. They're only going to take away one concept. And the big concept is how not to roll over when people give you a little bit of objection. Back and forth, you know? When you're thinking about objection, we hear objection every day. And if you can break it down into opposition of thought, it goes back to How much conviction do you have? How can you sell through the objection? How can you handle the objection? How do you follow up to remind them of the problem that they got to solve? And then how do you go at them? You can't afford not to do this. This is a huge opportunity. But it takes a lot of emotional energy to do that, and a lot of people just wear down, and they just get tired, and they just give in, and that's really why they don't go 7 touches. It's like, man, we don't lock into something like a pit bull locks into a bone. We go a few touches, and then we just kind of give in and give up. Meet a little opposition, we'll shut it down. That's our nature, I think, for a lot of people. Meet a little opposition, contract. But big time people just keep going, keep going, keep going, you know? They just keep coming back. They just keep punching, Jack. They just keep punching. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
We want to just take a look here, see what we got.
I was just trying to make the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
It okay if we take a look here? What type of,
Engine,
yes.
600 horsepower.
Okay.
A lot of
Sure. Yeah, you get a lot of business done in one day. Seeing when we can make some money with this thing. Taking people with us. Retreats. Tailgating. I would tailgate if I had this. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. It's got a little show to it, Jack. You know? Listen, he's probably right. That thing, costing $700,000 to purchase up front are new.
On behalf of all the listeners, I want to wish you a happy belated birthday. I know you just turned 39 or 29. I'll have to give you one of these.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday. So you mentioned that your wife gave you a free day.
She did.
Happy birthday. But what did you really get for your birthday? Come on, tell us the truth.
Well, a free day to me is with a 6-year-old daughter, a free day is a heck of a birthday gift, man. I told my wife the other day, like, what else could I want? I got a plane, we got a couple houses, we got a greatness factory, we got a beautiful, got a bus I travel on. I'm like, man, I don't need anything. Give me a $100 gift card to Amazon and I'll be in good shape. Hey guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every month I come to you with different concepts, and every month I'm coaching people in Monster Producer. I only pick a subject and a title that I think will move the needle in your life and in your business. My idea is I'm going to create something in the future that I can invite people to. For me, it's Monster Producer. Come and sit in on Monster Producer. Come and do this. Come and do this. Come and sit in on Monster Tank. Come to a retreat with me. Come do this. Okay? So I create something in the future to push people to. Last year, I sat down and I developed the Greatness Factory for Kids online learning platform. And that is 25 lessons that you and your daughter or son can sit down at night, go through every single night, and have some discussion about key important emotional intelligence things they're going to need to be successful. How's your business going? It don't matter. You just keep pushing this. Don't contract, because when you contract, you're suppressing that drive. And I know, because I'm a former coach, and let me tell you something. When I went into prevent mode, I always got beat. You know why? It signaled to my players that I was scared. I don't ever want to signal to my employees that I'm scared. I'm going to push and push and push. Okay? And I'm trying to get monsters to think like this. Okay? If you don't think like so, this is very critical that you go out and try to push for these 125 referrals. And I promise you, you can do this. This is not complicated, but you got to make the effort to do it. Okay? Now, has this been a good course for you tonight? How much money would it be worth to you to get 125 referrals? I want you to think about that. How much new business? Put a number to this and think about it.
One thing I like about this place, Churchill Mortgage, look at the signs on the wall. They're trying to build culture here. Very few people have culture. There's no intentional focus on building a killer culture. This place does. I've been coaching this company for for probably 2 or 3 years. Every month I meet with the leaders, my operations team. They simulcast it everywhere. This is a place who is interested in getting better, man. And we need more companies like that.